347-637-3220 the place to be if you want to talk to JT the Master, and that would be me. We are also on YouTube Live. Okay? So besides being on Blog Talk Radio, and where you can talk to me on Blog Talk Radio, we're on YouTube Live. Just for the heck of it. I mean, this is the last weekend before the regular season starts. I'm also going to be doing a show. Now, I did previously had named the show Taylor Place. Well, I'm going what it's going to be on Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Blog Talk Radio. It's going to be the first night, regular season, 8 p.m., like I said, right here, same place. It's going to be the master plan, Thursday night version of the master plan, where I'm going to give you starts and sits on Thursday night. And briefly preview the upcoming weekend. And on Sunday, next Sunday, I'll be broadcasting live with Vic from Las Vegas on a master plan. So it's going to be 7 a.m. in the morning in Vegas and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to get up early. Vic and I go get up early to do the master plan from Vegas. And we're going to be live on StreamYard and Blog Talk Radio. But let's get back to this weekend. Let's get back to Sunday. Now, over the last few days, I've had 2 drafts. And I know I've talked to a lot about what you should do and don't. I know I talked a lot about what's going on with you and the players that I like. Well, my first draft in my nephew's league, 12-team PPR league, was a C-. In my second league, which was Vic's league, he's the commissioner of the league, 14-team PPR, I got a D. Yes, people, a C- and a D, which I'm thoroughly disappointed in. Thoroughly disappointed. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's not how you start; it's how you finish. As I already consummated a trade within that league, Vic's a commissioner in, and it's going to be difficult in that league, the 14-team league. But like I said, it's not how you start; it's how you finish. The other league, which was my nephew's league, is a different story. Now, I had the fourth pick in that league, which I thought would be a good spot to pick up primetime players. And that's the name of my team, Primetime. And I picked up in the first round Alvin Kamara. This team, even though I got a C-, I was surprised I got a C-. I thought I did pretty well in this draft. And let me break down this team for you that gave me a C-. My quarterback. And let me share this screen with people on YouTube. Share the screen. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Oh. Bear with me, people. We got a glitch here. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. That doesn't make a difference. We still have the screen, regardless of if it's colors or not. So let me break down this team to you. My quarterback, Matthew Stafford. One of my wide receivers is Cooper Kupp. My other wide receiver, Julio Jones. My third wide receiver. This is my starting lineup. This is probably going to stay unless something happens, and I'll switch out wide receivers. My third wide receiver, Darnell Mooney. My running back is Alvin Kamara. My other running back is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. My tight end is Noah Fant. And we have two flex positions. And I'm on the fence about what my second flex position should be. My first position is solid. I'm not going to change that, which is Antonio Gibson. Now, I told you about Antonio Gibson. I told you about Alvin Kamara. I told you about CEH. These are named players that I talked about. Noah Fant. I talked about Noah Fant. And the fact is, I got a wide receiver quarterback combo in Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. My other flex position I talked about is Mike Williams from the Los Angeles Chargers, who has Justin Herbert as the quarterback. And my other, I've talked about this guy extensively, and I was fortunate enough to get him, Javonte Williams. He's one of my other running backs, along with Nyheim Hines, which happens to be another one of my running backs. And I backed up Clyde Edwards-Helaire with Darrell Williams, who happens to be the backup to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And I talked about this kid from Carolina who's coming out of LSU, who used to be a third wide receiver with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. I'm talking about Terrace Marshall Jr. Now, I do have a second quarterback, which would be Ben Roethlisberger. I got a second tight end, which is Jared Cook. And I took a flyer. People. And this is a huge flyer. Deshaun Watson. I just took a flyer on. And I got a C- on that. Okay, that's it is what it is. But I like my chances in this league. I can ride or die with a lot of these players on my roster, especially the 4 or 5 running backs I have on this roster. Quality running backs: Kamara, Helaire, Gibson, Williams, Hines. Quality running backs. And I have good wide receivers that good quarterbacks throw to. Cooper Kupp, that's Matthew Stafford. Julio Jones, that's Ryan Tannehill. Now, Darnell Mooney is a different story. See, and that's my dilemma. Do I keep Darnell Mooney in there, or do I swap him out with Mike Williams or Terrace Marshall if I want to take a chance on that third wide receiver? But I like my chances with that. I really do. Now, like I said, I got a C- on that, but it is what it is, people. It's something within the program of Yahoo that gave me a C-. Now, this other team, 14-team league, VIX League, PPR, where I got a D. And let me bring in Mr. FSP. He happens to be here on StreamYard. Hold on. And I'll bring him in on Block Talk Radio. And we can converse both ways. Him chewing an apple. Come on, man. Come on, man. We're on a live broadcast and you chewing food? Are you serious? Dude, are you serious?
Listen. I hear you making excuses about your team and all that other stuff. Just tell the truth. You messed up. You messed up.
Look. The C minus, I don't think it was justified, but it is what it is.
Did you tell me you just traded away directly after the draft? You traded away Antonio
Gibson? Wait, I haven't finished yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't finished yet. Just shut your pie hole. Okay?
No.
Just shut your pie hole.
Let's tell the
people the truth. Let me run my show the way I want to run my show, please.
Oh, really? Please. Oh, that's why you're on the couch now, Slim. Please.
I'm not. That's why you're on the couch now. You on the couch.
Oh, yeah?
You are on the couch. I'm not on the couch.
No. You are on the couch, guy.
Okay. Well, anyway. All right, people on the StreamYard, you can see my lineup, my team, which got a D. Okay. Let me put it this way. My team's not that bad. I mean, it's at the quarterback position. I'm wanting, but the players that I have sitting on my roster are not that bad. Now, I had players targeted. But I've said before, if you like a player, go get him. I waited and got players that I was trying to get, thought I could wait for, taken. They're not my players if someone else took them. They're not my players. They're players I wanted, but they're not my players. Now, like I said, the quarterback is wanting. I took a chance on Ryan Fitzpatrick. And he's going up against the Chargers the first game of the season, but he's playing at home. So I took a chance on him. I have Cooper Kupp, Chase Claypool, Nick Chubb, who I love, Antonio Gibson, Kyle Pitts, Jerry Jeudy, which are on my starting lineup. I have Robbie Anderson, Corey Davis, Mike Williams, Naheem Hines, and Darnell Mooney, who you've heard me say before, in my other teams, Mike Williams and Darnell Mooney and Antonio Gibson being common players that I have on both teams. And I have Darrell Williams and Zach Wilson, who I think is going to be a surprise. I know he's a New York Jet, and that's not the reason why I grabbed him, because I'm a former New York Jet. But I saw a lot of good things from Zach Wilson, so I took a flyer on him. He was like my last position on the offense that I took, which is fine. If you don't work out, I can always drop him. Now, like I said, this lineup is wanting, but it's not that bad.
No, keep going down. Keep with the rest of the, because what I want you to do, I want you to show them my team too. I want you to show them my team.
Wait, just relax.
I said please. Please.
Relax.
Oh,
okay. Because Mr. FSP, if you look at the theme of the show was, let me put it this way. My plan for this show was to give you the opportunity, was to give you, Mr. FSP, the opportunity of what your strategy was going into this and how good a job you did.
I mean, you never told me that. I would have prepared a speech, but I can wing it. Not a problem.
You don't have to prepare a speech. I mean, if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. Which is fine.
when you have such a eloquent or highly intelligent
Look. I
strategy
don't.
or mathematical equation,
I
you
don't need
want
all.
to break it down.
I don't need all that. I don't need all that.
Apparently, you do. Looking at the draft, but go ahead. Go ahead.
My kicker was Jason Myers, who is a good long ball kicker who has a possibility of getting some quality points from a kicker. Hey, I don't know. I'm talking about a kicker. All right, but I'm going to swap this. I'm going to swap this defense out because the New Orleans Saints are going up against the Green Bay Packers at a neutral site. So they're going. So right now, I think they're giving the New Orleans Saints a -9, which is taken away from my points. Now I have to do some work on. In fact, I'm dropping because of what I'm going to talk about after this. Kevin Byard and Amani Hooker are safeties going against a passing offense in Arizona Cardinals. So I like those two safeties. The cornerback, I picked them up just to pick something up because the players that I wanted to get were taken already. So I just picked them. I have somebody I'm working on. When the waiver wire comes open, it'll be Tuesday, and I'll grab who I want to grab. Oh yeah, I'll grab who I want to grab. Oh, since I realized my roster was wanting, I was able to consummate a trade between another fellow member of this league, in which I was able to obtain Mike Evans to improve my wide receivers and Javonte Williams, who I have high expectations for. Now, I had to give up Antonio Gibson, which is fine. I think, like I said before, people, I believe in fair trades. I believe in fair trades. So when I give up Antonio Gibson for a #1 wide receiver and for a running back that with high expectations, I figured that was a fair trade. Now, some people say one person got the best of it, the other person got the best of it. Wait a minute, just wait a minute. The other person got the best. I don't care. I'm not looking to get the best of anybody. I'm looking for a fair trade, so both parties are satisfied. I know that sounds like pie in the sky, but that's how I roll. I've always said that. It's not like this is something new. I've always said that, and Vic knows it. Okay, Mr. FSP, before we roll into your team, give me your opinion.
All right, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be very honest and very blunt with you. Jerry had a terrible draft. He admitted as such yesterday live, directly after the draft on the FSP show, my show, Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I give him credit for that. He thought he had a D- or whatever. I think he got a D on this one. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Jerry made that trade, and he's talking about getting rid of King for another player. Well, Jerry forgot he dropped King in that trade. So he's going to have to give up a different player to pick up another defensive player. Because, well, I mean, you didn't say that. You just said you're going to, you kept King so you can get a different player. Well, you dropped King in the trade.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, you're going to drop somebody that you drafted and wanted that's on your bench. So if you scroll down to your bench, let's scroll down to your bench. And I see you offered, you got to relax a trade offer, but that's okay. So out of all those people, he's either going to have to drop the people that he likes so much. Darrell Williams, who he claims he got because I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Nehemiah Hines, Mike Williams, Corey Davis, Robbie Anderson, or Darnell Mooney. And I wanted Darnell Mooney. So he knows if he drops Darnell Mooney, I'm going after him in the waiver wire, which is cool because I believe Darnell Mooney is going to have one hell of a year once Justin Fields hits the starting role, and I'm going to say that's going to happen by week 4, week 5. In a 17 game season, that's worth the wait. Now, Jerry also neglected to tell you he traded up. He traded up in the first round from 9 to 3. And he neglected to tell you that we had a bunch of keepers already set. So therefore, the picking
only one keeper.
I know you kept one keeper, but there were a ton of keepers kept. So therefore, the pickings at the top were, I believe, Derrick Henry #1, Austin Eckler 2, then it was Nick Chubb, and then it was somebody else. Well, the first overall pick was who Jerry wanted to get in the beginning, and it threw him off, which was Pat Mahomes. We have different keeper rules than most leagues, and I think it helps cause different strategies to take place during the draft. And it showed out yesterday because I think every team is pretty even except for a few. And I actually enjoyed it because it made people. We had Brent, Louisiana Coonasses on the line with his drafting line, and he was mad. He was saying, "Why in the hell did you get 14 teams in this league? Why in the hell do you let these people be keepers? Why?" It was like, bro, this is a mad scientist dream come true that you have owners who think they know fantasy struggling or scrambling around to adjust for the plans they have. I always try to have 2 or 3 plans ahead of time. And the draft was 19 rounds and it went by in less than an hour. We completed that draft in less than an hour. The way it was conceived with only one person who auto picked, mainly because I haven't been able to reach him. He last I talked to him was Thursday, but it is what it is. He has a decent team. He actually got a better grade than Jerry, but of course that was auto picked. But Jerry's team, I because the grades are based upon the drafting and who you play, because this is what Jerry says. It forget about the name. It's when you play them during the season. And Jerry's in a very bad situation. Yahoo predicts Jerry's going to go 1-13 and be the very last team in the division because of his strength of schedule and who he drafted. Now, let me go down your list real quick. I like Fitzpatrick, but not as a starter. He is too erratic, meaning he's going to give you 1 or 2 good games and then he's going to flop. Like this upcoming game versus San Diego. Excuse me, not San Diego. Los Angeles Chargers. Here's what's going to happen. Austin Eckler, maybe even Keenan Allen, even though I doubt Keenan Allen because the secondary is way better. But Austin Eckler is going to have a field day. Washington's defense cannot cover a back out of the backfield. The linebackers, that is. They're going to have to bring a safety down, put him in the box, and play pretty much a 4-2-5, a 4-2-5 with 3 safeties, or a nickel a jackal, so to speak, a linebacker slash corner, because there's no way in the world they're going to cover Austin Eckler. So Fitz is going to be in a shootout with the team, is what I'm getting to, because they're going to throw it to the outside. Remember, Joe Lombardi was the offensive coordinator in New Orleans, who's now the offensive coordinator in in Los Angeles. And we talked about this before. I know a player that Jerry wants off the waiver wire. I'm not going to let him get him. I'm going to get him. And you know how I'm going to get him? I'm going to get him because I'm going to make the change for one of the players. With that being said, I like Cooper Kupp. I like Chase Claypool. I like Nick Chubb. For sure. I like them both. However, what I don't like is that you traded Antonio Gibson because you get an upgraded Mike Evans as your number 1 receiver. which either tells me Cooper Kupp, Chase Claypool, Jerry Judy's going to the bench. You're going to have to, because if Mike Evans is in your lineup, one of them has to come out because you got a flex position.
Yeah, okay.
Because if you trade, only way you're going to get rid of that is if you trade with you got to relax, Dave. You didn't show us that trade proposal. Show us what you're proposing in that trade. No. Okay. All right. Well, that based upon your reaction, you think you're going to do a trade with Dave to get that done, which is fine. You might be able to do it. I don't know.
It doesn't make a difference what I do with Dave. That's an alternative, but it doesn't make a difference because I have that lineup set. As soon as the trade goes through, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not worried about that.
No, like I said, one of those three receivers already in your starting lineup will not be there because Mike Evans is there, unless you plan to trade Mike Evans to somebody else as soon as you pick him up. That's the only other way one of those three starting wide receivers in your lineup will be there. Now,
look, I'm a decent trader, so
well, I like Mike Evans, but I don't need Mike Evans.
I know that.
So let's go to my team and we can break down my team now. Okay, and I'll answer your question about the strategy, what I took. Because again, Jerry traded up from the ninth spot to the number 3 spot. Ladies and gentlemen, I traded out of the first round. And I picked up Jerry's second round pick and somebody else's second round pick. So I had three second round picks. Dude, all you got to do is just go click on.
Relax, man. Relax.
I'm just trying to show you how to do
it. I know exactly what I have to do. Relax. I'm getting there.
He's kind of slow, y'all. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna let him be that way. Because he flying Spirit Airlines, so we know he got some issues.
Let me tell you something. Some of the stuff you do, and I'm keeping it real. Some of the stuff you say and do doesn't relate to your age. I'll leave it at that.
That's true.
I'll leave it at that.
I'll be frank. That is a true statement because I'm an old soul with a young spirit. So here's what we're gonna do.
Chronologically, you're old. Mentally,
I said a young spirit, dude. Like Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on the screen, if you're on StreamYard, I don't know if Jerry's doing this on his Facebook, YouTube, or whatever.
YouTube.
Okay, on his YouTube page. So go look up Jerry Taylor on YouTube, and you'll be able to see this live stream. If he didn't mention that already, I would think he did since.
I said I was on YouTube, but I didn't say it was on my channel. And I was.
That's the only way people want to know.
I understand what you're saying. You're right. Okay, you're right.
Okay, let's get back to business here.
Thank you.
I know, because you're old and you cry. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. Because you just talked about my age, so I talked about your age. So, tit for tat. And oh my God, the hair. All right, so at the lack thereof. All right, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I traded out of the first round I gave up my first and fourth round pick for someone's second. And what else did I get? I got their second and I forget the other round pick. I think it was their second.
Well, just mention this. I don't know if you're going to mention this, but you had two keepers, which were the two wide receivers that are sitting in your lineup. Calvin Ridley and Stephon Diggs.
I'm getting there because they can see the K for keeper. Okay. So I got 2 second round picks. 2 second round picks from the guy because the guy traded Jerry and got Jerry's second round pick. So I ended up getting 2 second round picks from my first and fourth, which I thought was a very good deal because normally I'll try to get a second and third, but In this situation, it worked out really a lot better for me because, as Jerry just said, I had two keepers already. My fifth and sixth round picks were Calvin Ridley and Stephon Diggs. So my wide receivers were set. My target, since Jerry asked my strategy, my target was this. I'm going to get two solid running backs, my starting tight end, and my quarterback in those four picks. My my 3 2s and my third round pick. So in essence, I had four top 35 picks. Four of the top 35 picks that were left in the gene pool or the waiver wire pool, which is pretty good. So I started off. I was stupid, even though I got the player that was left anyway, that I planned to get, based upon what was happening during the draft. I adjusted my view on in the draft room. I was like, okay, what's presentation view? What's this? And I thought I could jump in and jump out of it, and I got locked. So I knew I was going to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire because he was the next highest rated player, and he was the best running back left on the board at the time. So I auto picked Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's going to be a pick anyway. 2 picks later, I'm back up again. So then I say to myself, all right, there aren't too many decent running backs I want left out there. So let me go ahead and get George Kittle. George Kittle was the second best tight end because Darren Waller was a keeper and Travis Kelce went in my original pick in the first round. So the guy that I traded my first round pick to, he picked up Travis Kelce. So the next best tight end on the board, and I'm still in the second round now, but it's my second pick in the second round, is Travis Kelce. So the value was there.
George Kittle, you mean?
Yeah, George Kittle. I'm sorry. Thank you. George Kittle. Followed by that, I said, okay, well, I had 3 more picks after that pick. So I had the third pick in the second round. Then I had the 6th pick in the second round. And then I had the 9th pick in the second round. So with the 9th pick, I said, okay, well, I really don't want this running back because I don't think he's going to do really well this year, especially since the team went out and got Sony Michel. But I thought about something. There's something that Jerry said, and it struck me. He had the same production, just slightly off of Cam Akers. So I picked up Darrell Henderson. I said, okay, you know what? If worst case comes, I'll get a filler for Darrell Henderson, and I'll just go Zach. Well, I didn't get the Zach Moss yet, but I'll pick up a different back later in the draft that people aren't really counting on, but I think is going to do well. So that was my second round. Then about 6 picks later in the third round, I come up again, and I said, okay, well, I'm not picking any more picks until the 7th round. And by the time I get to the 7th round, the mobile quarterbacks that I want are going to be gone, except for maybe 1 or 2. But I'm not going to take the chance because they felt their needs at running back and wide receiver. The next best thing to do is what? Get a quarterback. So I picked Dak Prescott, even though I had Aaron Rodgers on the board. The reason why I picked Dak over Aaron is I truly believe, even though he's had these little bumps and bruises during the preseason, I think Dallas's strength of schedule is much easier than Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers strength of schedule. Because you look at who they're playing. Dallas is playing the Giants twice, Philly twice, Washington twice. Washington has the better defensive line for the pass rush and the better cornerbacks, but the linebackers are garbage, except for 1 or 2, to be very honest. Green Bay, they got to play Minnesota twice. Detroit twice is a gimme. Then Chicago twice. I'm like, plus plus the outer divisional, I mean the inter conference games they got to play, and the AFC teams they got to play. So that played a role in why I got Dak over Aaron, because naturally Aaron Rodgers has a bye week, week 13. The season is over at week 14, but I had to weigh the pros and cons of that. So I got Dak. So, I missed the fourth round because I traded the pick. Then fifth and sixth are Calvin Ridley and Stephon Diggs. So that leaves me with just one offensive position to fill, which was my flex position. Scroll down, Jerry. So if I'm not mistaken, in the 8th round, I picked up Zach Moss because no, I didn't. I'm sorry. I picked up Cortland Sutton. I picked up Cortland Sutton because I wanted to get another receiver. I'm going to need one or two receivers to backfill my bye weeks for Ridley and Diggs. And just in case one of them get hurt, I needed a stud, a true number one wide receiver. The problem is Teddy Bridgewater. I'm not too confident in Teddy Bridgewater. He'll throw to the tall guy all day. By this time, Jerry had already got Jerry Jeudy. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need a stud wide receiver. I need somebody that can give me many targets per game. So Noah Fant was my original pick because I was gonna go double tight end. That was my strategy. If you wanted to know, I was gonna go double tight end, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs for the season. But when I saw that Noah Fant was gone, you had Jerry Jeudy. I thought, okay, let me go and get Cortland Sutton. Bam, got Cortland Sutton. From there, somebody picked up in back-to-back picks the defensive players I had set, because I originally wasn't going to do that. I was going to go linebacker. And we scroll down. After Cortland Sutton, I picked up Blake Martinez. And then I picked Zach Moss up at running back because Devin Singletary was gone. Blake Martinez was going to be my third defensive player I was going to pick because I was going to go get Devin White and Darius Leonard. But the team that ended the round, of course, had back-to-back picks. He picked up both those players. So that I had to change my strategy again. So I said, instead of going defense, I went Zach Moss, who is the power back for Buffalo. That's the reason why I didn't go for him in the beginnings, because he's just a power back. Singletary from Buffalo is the actual third down change of pace back who they're going to give the ball to out of the backfield. And I realized that by watching Buffalo Bills games. Plus, I'm in a group that just loves Buffalo. I mean, they're actually the Bills Mafia. So if you know of the Buffalo Bills lore, Bills Mafia, this is where they really actually started. The guy's named Shorty McBill, and he's the head of the Bills Mafia. So they're all in line with it. The real, people say about it, but I'm in a group that is with them. So I learned a little bit about them. From there, after I did Moss and Martinez, that's when I went up and got Carter. Go up. I got Michael Carter and Mikael Hardman because I was like, you know what? Mikael Hardman is going to be the number 2 wide receiver, and I needed wide receiver depth. Michael Carter is in a 3-way timeshare, and he's a rookie. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, if Michael Carter wins that job, he's my keeper for next year. If he wins that job, because the kid can play. It's just, I don't know what they're going to do with him. After that, I went and got, I got Patrick Queen, Pittsburgh's defense. The only reason why I got Pittsburgh's defense is because Indy's defense was gone. And I'm going to tell you guys the truth. And I don't mind telling Jerry this. I don't mind. Why'd you open up the defense, Jerry?
What's that?
Why'd you open up the defense?
They're projected a -9.
I know. I ain't worried about that because they're playing Buffalo. So I got a conflict there. I'm not worried about it. But the reason why and I'm gonna tell you because you might target them today or tomorrow, whenever. The reason why I target Indianapolis defense, 2 reasons. 1, their bye week is week 13. 2, look at the conference they're playing or the division they play in. They play Houston twice, they play Tennessee twice, and they play Jacksonville twice. 2 toughest games will be Tennessee. Now their schedule kind of rocky. It's kind of rocky, but when I got those divisional games, I'm not worried about Indianapolis. Pittsburgh was the next best available team because somebody had just grabbed Indianapolis before my turn, which was fine by me. After that, I went and got Isaiah Simmons and my kicker, Tyler Bass, followed by what I announced on the show, also might be my second keeper, is my backup quarterback, who is not mobile at all. But after watching this kid in the preseason and believing in Bill Belichick and believing this kid is like the next Tom Brady, I picked up Matt Jones, who also has a bye week, week 14. Then I closed the draft out by getting Christian Kirk, so I can have Christian Kirk and Gerald Everett, so I can have depth at wide receiver and a backup tight end just in case. And the very last pick I got, which I think is a steal, because he's been doing nothing but in the running backs room in Atlanta. He's literally Mike Davis's backup. Literally Mike Davis's backup, Cordero Patterson. Jerry's putting his thumbs down, but I want you to understand why I got Cordero Patterson.
He's hot garbage, man.
Just listen to what I'm saying. Yahoo and ESPN has Cordero Patterson available for 2 positions. 2 positions, running back and wide receiver. So I can put him in.
Let me ask you this real quick question. So what does Cordell Patterson do the most of?
He's a running back for the Atlanta Falcons. He's going to run the ball.
And before that, I think he's with the Chicago Bears. And the most he did was running back stuff. He's hot garbage as a wide receiver.
Okay, but listen what I'm saying, Jerry.
I understand he's got dual positions, but those dual positions are null and void if you really don't do one.
But listen to what you got to. Okay, again, this is why my draft is better than his.
No, it's not.
Listen. Look, he can catch the ball out of the backfield and run the ball, right? They can line him up in the slot because he's got the size of a.
How often does that happen?
In Atlanta, that is his position.
How often does that happen? Meaning,
are you listening?
Meaning, how consistent is Cordell Patterson?
I'll answer your question. I'll answer your question.
He's the epitome of inconsistency.
Let me answer the question. Because you forgot who actually started him at running back. New England did. And Bill Belichick had 2 games where he was the starting running back. And he toted the ball, I believe.
Because he had no choice.
Wait. He toted the ball 20 plus times those 2 games, and he was used in 4 or 5 different fashions there.
You know why?
Then he went. What?
You know why? Because his other running backs were all banged up and hurt.
Yeah. And what happened was they found out that Cordero Patterson was a very good running back. If you forgot, which obviously you did a couple of years ago, when this happened, Cordero Patterson was a hot commodity for about 3 weeks until New England got their running backs back. Chicago put him back there because Tyreek Cohen got hurt. He signs with Atlanta as the primary backup, who's also the kick returner. So you got to look at the points, the possibility of points.
Well, put it this way: how often do you? How often? How often do you think he's going to play Cordell Patterson?
Cordell Patterson's the third down back, dude. He is the third down back.
That's not my question. My question is, how often are you? I said, how often are you going to play Cordell Patterson?
It depends on the production that he has. Meaning, I can put him at wide receiver. I can put him at running back. If I am lacking at one position, I told you this earlier, that if for whatever reason one of my running backs starts slacking, I've got backups. Carter.
Well, I understand that, but
okay.
the backups that you have over Cordell Patterson outweigh him getting into your lineup.
Only if they produce. Meaning, Michael Carter is in the three-headed timeshare. He's not even guaranteed to see the field, but Cordero is. Zach Moss is the pound back.
Okay.
He's going to get down the field. I got that. He might not get the passing, but he's going to get the running. My two starters, they're going to start and they're going to run the rock. So let
me ask you this question.
Cordell Patterson
let me ask you this question. You have Calvin Ridley and you have Stephon Diggs as your starting wide receivers.
Yep.
How often do you think Cordell Patterson is going to take their spot?
Well, again, with Cortland Sutton and Mecole Hardman, there's a chance he's in there.
Okay.
Because they got a bye week 6, a bye week 7, and if one of them get hurt, well, I got many options. So that's the difference between me and you.
Okay.
I got an A, and you got I got a B plus. I'm sorry.
Look, you know what?
And you got a B.
Look,
I'm just saying.
Look, you know. Come on, Victor. I mean, you're going to really put a lot of weight in grades. Okay, you're going to put a lot of weight in grades. Come on.
That's true. I mean, all I can tell you.
I said this yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, or I know I said it at least on your show or maybe on my show. In my nephew's league last year, I got an A last year, saying I was going to win the league. I had one of the worst records in the league. Grades don't mean nothing.
Well, I mean, yeah, because the way you manage your team.
Oh, no. Grades don't mean nothing. No, don't mean nothing. I kept the majority of my players in that league. And
hold on, let me look up. You up there? Okay.
I made the majority of those players in my league, and they did not come through. Plain and simple.
No, I got it. But that's where you have to manage your team. Because if you keep noticing a player, as you say, forget about the name. It's about production. So if you kept putting players in your lineup because you're like,
I had no choice.
You can pick people up. You can trade people.
Let me tell you something, man.
That's on you, homie.
Let me tell you something. I know it's on me, and I'm just saying. You try to pick players up, and I more than once I messaged my nephew saying, "Where is these waiver wire numbers coming from? Meaning, where can you pick up in a waiver wire?" He's telling me this, and when I'm looking at, I'm always further down on the waiver wire than I'm seeing other teams get higher on the waiver wire. And so, what I'm saying is this. You don't have the opportunity to pick up players because for whatever reason you're way down on the waiver wire. You have no choice.
Yes, you do. You do more than one waiver request, guy.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why he finished
middle part of the season. I backed off on my waiver wire claims, and I still was getting back down lower part of the waiver wire. And I'm like, what the heck's going on?
Well, maybe there's something fishy. Let's go to your nephew's league. Let's go to your nephew's league right now and look at my team because I think you looked at your team from your nephew's league. um, which is fine. I mean, listen, they were making moves just like you directly after the draft, and I was like, I guess these guys just don't like the draft they did. They must
Well,
suck.
look, it's nothing wrong. Everybody makes adjustments either through the waiver wire or trying to trade because the
Well,
fact is,
directly after the draft, I'm like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah, why not? Why not?
no, listen, I'm not saying I
What's
haven't done it.
what's directly after draft have to do with it? If you
Well,
wait,
let's
like I
just go
said,
down.
if
Let's just
you
go down. All
you
right.
if you wait a minute, if you want a player and or you missed out on a player and you picked up a player instead, and why not try to go get the player that you really wanted? What's wrong with that?
Okay.
That's not a panic move. That's a move that you're trying to make to improve your team starting off.
Okay. All right. So, with that being said,
Yeah.
this is a draft that we did prior to yesterday's draft. And as you can tell, my strategy here was to get running backs more so than anything. And in this draft, I drafted 3 straight running backs, right? So my number one pick was Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor was my number one pick. I believe I had the 8th or 9th pick in this draft. Um, and I followed that up by because how many people in that league? 14, something like that?
12.
12. 12. Because in this league, everybody was rolling. So I did Jonathan Taylor, and I followed that up by Stephon Diggs because I listened to my mind on this one and said, okay, you know what? I'm in the middle of this draft. No, I had back to back because I traded. That's right. I traded my entire draft for somebody else's entire draft. So I was number 7. I traded back to the 12 and gave somebody else number 7. With that being the case, I had back to back picks. So I got Jonathan Taylor followed by Stephon Diggs. Then I said, okay, well, you know what? I got a long way to wait till it comes back down to me. And as I expected, everybody went on a run. So for running backs. So I said, okay, well, I got to get another running back. So let me go ahead and get Gus Edwards. This was the same day or the day after. Yeah, because Washington played the Ravens that Friday, I believe. Whatever day J.K. Dobbins got hurt. So I picked up Gus Edwards. And somebody said in the comments, that's a great value pick. Why? Because he's a starting running back on a run-heavy team. Extremely run-heavy team, right? Then I turned around and said, okay, well, you know what? I got Gus. Let me go ahead and pick up Kyle Pitts. I picked up Kyle Pitts, risking that I might not get Josh. Because to me, Josh Allen is the number 2 quarterback in fantasy. He was last year. He is this year as well. So I pick up Kyle Pitts. Then when I come back around, it's the 5th round. I pick up Josh Allen because I like that wide receiver QB combination there. I believe that Stephon is going to have another big target year. I don't know how productive he's going to be. He's going to have a lot of targets. So at this point, now I'm like, all right, well, I'm not worried too much about the other 2 receivers because Jerry and I have said it many, many times. There are plenty of wide receivers out there this year. You do not have to go gung-ho for a top-tier wide receiver. Now, it can bite you in the butt like it did me a little bit here, but I'm okay with that because the receivers I got are decent receivers. So I filled the rest of my stuff in, go down a little bit. So what I did was I picked up Trey Sherman and Aaron Rodgers, I believe in the 6th and the 7th, mainly because I was like, you know what? I'm good with that. I can roll with that. Trey Sherman looks to be he's in a timeshare, but Morris is the starter, and Wilson is on the pup list. So Trey Sherman is going to get that job at some point. I followed that up by defensive players go down. Let me see if I got yeah, this is where I did. I got, and I know who you want off of the waiver wire because he's right there on my list right there. And yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Okay. I have no idea.
No, I'm just saying, you have no idea.
So
you think you know, but you don't know.
I went and got Buddha Baker and Blake Martinez, because I wanted to fill up my defensive players, because I am one of those people, I really don't like filling up my bench until I fill up my starters. That's pretty much my mindset. Unless it's a starter out there that I really, really want, like Aaron Rodgers as my backup or trade, I'm not going to go after a backup. Excuse me. Sorry. Immediately.
I don't see much difference besides the quarterbacks on your lineup versus my lineup. I don't see much difference.
Well, in your nephew's league?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say there was but I got an A on my draft.
You know, I think that was mainly because of those quarterbacks you picked up.
Well, because it said based upon, because I have the third toughest schedule. I have the third toughest schedule in your nephew's league, but I'm predicted to finish sixth because of my strength of schedule. And the grades.
Yeah, I mean, look at this lineup. I don't see much of a difference.
I do already.
I do. You tell me where. Tell me where.
Well, honestly, I have the better quarterbacks. You have the better set of running backs in Kamar Gibson and Elaire.
Other than you having Stephon Diggs, you tell me how bad are my wide receivers?
Your wide receivers aren't that good, man. Because Cooper Kupp is your best receiver. Julio, we're banking on Julio having a Julio-esque year. Your weakness at that, I don't see who's on your bench, but your weakness at your starting wide receivers. Oh, okay. Mike Williams. Terrace Marshall Jr. is going to be okay, depending on how your boy gets him the ball, because I really think he's going to be more of a dinker dunker and trying to force the ball downfield to Robbie Anderson because they have a connection. With that being said, we got a minute 45 left. So either you're going to extend or I'm going to let you go and say what you're going to say. You got a minute 35 left, guy. So, but yeah, I think that the difference in teams is that you have a better set of running backs. I have the better quarterbacks. I have, I think my receivers, even though I don't have the best of receivers, I think my receivers are on par with yours. But I also have more running backs than you do. You don't necessarily need more running backs. You don't. All you need to do is have one or two.
I have 4 running backs that are quality running backs.
Well, what I'm saying is your best running back on your bench is Javonte Williams, right? But you don't need him right away. This is just me, I would put him in over Mike Williams because we already know he's splitting time with Melvin Gordon. We already know that he's the receiving threat out of the backfield. So even though he might get 15 touches a game, you're in a PPR. That's 15 touches. Mike Williams might only get like 4. So to me, I would put Mike Williams on the bench and put Javonte Williams in that position. That's just me.
We'll see.
But honestly, you have a better team, in my opinion. Let me see who your IDPs are. Oh, yeah, I like Jeremy Chin. AJ Johnson, not so much, and Kenneth Murray, not so much. They're not very productive players. But I mean, you're not an IDP guy. You only know a few names, which is cool. You didn't listen to my IDP breakdown all summer long. But honestly, you would have a contender if you had a baller at wide receiver. You don't have a baller at wide receiver because Julio is too up and down. Darnell Mooney, I like him, but he's a.
You don't like this freaking combination of Cooper Cup.
I do. However, again, I'm looking at Cooper Cup is a PPR guy,
and both these guys are playing at home against Chicago, and Chicago's defense ain't all that. I mean, they got decent pass rush, but otherwise on the backside, they ain't all that.
No, guy, at every level, I want you to understand something. At every level, Chicago is very good. Their defense was on the field like 60% of the time last year. If the defense can stay off the field and Andy Dalton or Justin Fields can sustain drives, which means Matt Nagy has to call running plays that are effective. He needs to get David Montgomery the ball early and often.
Well, look, how many times last season and the season before? Wait a minute. How many times last season and the season before that it's been said by whoever that Matt Nagy, for whatever reason, he made the excuse, I should have used David Montgomery more.
So to answer your question, last year, it was, albeit the second half of the year, David Montgomery was the third highest rated fantasy. You asked the question.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
You asked the question.
I know what you're talking about.
The second half of the season, David Montgomery was the third highest rated fantasy running back. That's when Matt Nagy decided to run David Montgomery. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. If they do it this year from the get-go, you're going to see a difference in that Chicago Bear defense. Chicago's defense is not bad. It's just they're always in react mode because they don't know what they can do. I mean, honestly, they're always playing catch up, man. So they can't blitz.
They're going to be playing catch up against a offense that was able to have Jared Goff go for 4,600 yards. Now we have Matthew Stafford, who's a better quarterback. What do you think McVay's going to do with that quarterback?
No. Listen, I'm not saying that's not the case, Jerry. All I'm saying is that when you have if you're Chicago, right, and you have not a pop gun arm quarterback, but you saw what Andy Dalton did most of the preseason, you have to play ball control. You play ball control offense, that defense stays healthy. And that defense can then mix up blitzing. They can mix up zone. They can mix up zone blitzing. They can mix man blitzing. For the past couple of years, they've been in zones a lot. And the linebackers, instead of attacking, they've been in a lot of read and react situations. By the time they read and reacting, Raekwon Smith, Danny Trevathan, they're already getting the offensive lineman up on them or the tight end blocking them. So I don't think that's going to happen this year. I don't think, as long as Justin Fields is in the game, you're going to see a faster defense. Andy Dalton is a quarterback, and they don't run the ball like they're supposed to. It's going to be tough, bro. That defense is going to be on the field a lot. But I like my team. When do we play each other in this league?
I can tell you in a minute. Hold on.
Because right now, we only play each other one time. I don't know. I don't think I play you in my league because you're in a different division.
Let me see. This is I think it's week 2 or 3. Hold on. We play each other. Not that. Week
right
3.
There, week 3.
Yes.
Week 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's a delicious week.
Whatever,
Delicious.
man. Whatever. You know what?
Delicious.
You know what? I'll say it over and over again, and I'll say it ad nauseum. It's not how you start; it's how you finish.
Well, you're gonna finish poorly again,
Okay, it's
and you're
not.
gonna start
Let me put
poorly.
if it's not the first or last time, and high expectations are expected from Mr. FSP since he got an A. Okay, we'll see what happens with that A compared to my C minus in this league.
Listen, your best weapons are your running backs. I freely admit my running backs are not as good as yours. Go back to my team. I forgot who my running. I got Zach Moss. I got Sherman. No, I got Sherman, Singletary. Jonathan Taylor, Gus Edwards, Sherman, and Singletary. Yeah, I think I'm gonna whoop your ass. Yeah,
Okay, no problem.
I think I'll whoop your
Uh,
ass.
anytime you want to look my way, you can. Whatever.
I already told you a Benjamin is always good for me.
Oh no! I'm talking about a trade, but you're not gonna
Oh,
trade with me.
trades. Oh,
Uh,
well, I do. I wouldn't mind one of your receivers. I wouldn't mind one of your receivers. Go back to your team because I see who. I already know who you want off of mine.
what in this league?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, what you're witnessing live are trade negotiations between Jerry Taylor and Victor Gar. This normally takes like 3 or 4 days, but I tell you who I want. Give me Julio.
For what?
I mean, look at your team. Look at your needs. You want Aaron Rodgers, don't you? You want Aaron. You want Mr. Rodgers. I already know that's who you want. You want Mr. Rodgers. So, with that being the case, I know you're not going to trade me Gibson. I know you're not going to trade me Alvin. And I know you're not going to trade me Clyde Allaire. But I want one of those and Julio for Rodgers and a different player. We go 2 for 2. Gibson, Allaire, or Kamara, and Julio
Oh,
for Rodgers.
you're not getting even my running backs. I tell you that right now. You're not getting a Kamara or Elaire. That's not happening.
I'm not
That
getting who?
you're not getting Elaire or Kamara. That's not happening.
Okay, I'll take Gibson.
You're not
Gibson and
getting.
Julio.
You're not,
You didn't say I couldn't get him. You didn't say I couldn't get him.
well, you mentioned those two players. You didn't mention Gibson until
Yes,
just
I
now.
did. I did mention Gibson.
Well, if you did, I
Gibson and
didn't.
Julio. Gibson and Julio for Rodgers. And who's your backup? Oh, that's right. You don't have one. You don't have. Oh,
Yeah,
you got Ben.
I got Big Ben. Damn right, I have one.
Okay, well I'll take Ben too because you going. I need a
Oh,
backup.
no, wait a minute. See, that's what I'm talking about, people. He's asking for the kitchen
Okay,
sink, and then
so
some.
so I'll be nice. I'll be nice. I'll take Julio and Gibson for Rodgers and scroll down. For Rodgers and go to my team. Mhm.
I should have went a different way, but I'll do this way. Where the hell you at?
I don't know, Slim. I can't see it. Okay. Just go all the way down. Just go all the way down. I can't see my. Well, you didn't have to click on it because my whole team was there, dude. You didn't have to go through all that. Um. Hmm. Ooh, I know you want Trey Sherman, don't you?
No.
Oh, you don't want Sherman?
Why should I want Case Sermon? I got four solid running backs: Williams, um,
Because
Gibson,
I'm
Lair.
getting Gibson.
Who are you getting Gibson?
Gibson and Julio. Here's the deal: Gibson and Julio for Aaron and Sermon.
Aaron and who?
Sermon.
No, that ain't even close. That ain't even close.
That ain't even close. Okay, all right. Okay. I mean, you know what I'm looking for. You send the offer. I'm willing to give up Aaron, and you know I like Aaron. You know I like Mister Rogers' neighborhood. But if
I like Aaron. If I get Aaron.
well, like I said, since you want to play hardball, you want to be all
No,
tough
no,
on TV.
no. I'm not playing
Nah, you
hardball.
want to be
Let
TT,
me
tough
put it
on
this way.
TV.
Let me put it this way. It may not be consummated now, but
Oh,
but
because you want to save
I'm
face.
I'm thinking about it. I'm
You want to
seriously.
save face on
No,
live
no,
streaming.
no. I'm not going. I'm not talking about saving face. Let me think about it.
Mm.
I'm not going to make a hip a decision just like right off
Oh
the
yeah, I
hip.
got Sterling Shepard. I really don't need Julio.
Hold on a minute here. You gonna give me a sermon? Let me see. Let me look at my.
This dude right here. This dude right here.
Let me look at my.
I know you want Mr. Rogers. I already knew you wanted Mr. Rogers. But it's okay. You got to send me a quarterback and a running back. So, and Julio. So, we can do a 3 for 2 or 3 for 3. Because you daggone sure need you need some help. And you pick up Deshaun Watson. That's not a bad move, but he ain't gonna play this year. And this ain't a keeper league, so I don't know what that's about. Was that a sentimental pick? Had to be a sentimental pick.
I tell you what. Aaron Rodgers, Trey Sermon, Darnell Mooney, Antonio Gibson.
So here's the thing. I don't want Darnell Mooney that bad. Especially if all I'm getting out of it is Gibson, really, that I'm gonna use. No. Gibson, Julio, and Big Ben. You can get Rogers, Sermon, and we can decide the other player.
Hold on. Let me write this down so
Ladies and
I won't
gentlemen, do you
forget.
see what's happening? Those that are watching us live can see how I am not even batting an eye, and this man has to think diligently about a trade that will better his team.
Gibson.
It's okay. For those
Wait a
that
minute.
are
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I want to get this down so I understand what your offer is. Okay.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Gibson, Jones, and who?
Gibson, Jones, and Big Ben.
Gibson, Jones, Big Ben. For Aaron Rodgers and who else?
Oh, Aaron Rodgers, Devin Singletary, and one of
Trey
my
Sermon.
receivers.
Trey
No,
Sermon.
no. Devin Singletary.
Wait a minute. You did say Trey Sermon at one point.
I changed my mind. I'll give you Devin Singletary.
Yeah, see, you're changing the dynamics of the
Well,
trade.
I mean, hey, you're taking forever. So Devin Singletary, Aaron Rodgers, and I'll give you a receiver. I can't remember what my receivers are right now.
Hold on.
I could probably part ways with McCole Hartman because I know you love the daggone Chiefs rosters. Why are you getting mad?
I told you I told you when you picked him I didn't like him because it's too inconsistent. I told you that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll think about Corey Davis.
Oh no.
Go down. I think I got if you go down. Oh, Sterling Shepard and Cordero Patterson, other wide receivers.
Corey Davis.
Okay, Devin Singletary, Corey Davis, and Aaron Rodgers. I can do that for Julio, Big Ben, and Antonio Gibson. I can do that.
Okay, well, I think let me. You get my answer in about.
You just made the offer. Ladies and gentlemen, he just made the offer. I accept it. And now he's going to think about it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Give me. I'm getting ready for my family draft, which is at noon. So the draft room is open already. But like I said, I'm multitasking here, man. So this.
I mean, you want me to put the trade in? Do you want to put the trade into you? I can do it on my phone. I can do it on my phone.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. I'll do that for you. So all you got to do is hit accept. That's all you got to do. That way you got to think too hard about it. You know, I love you, Jerry. I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah, okay. I know better than that.
What?
I know better than that. Yeah. I know better than that.
I'm trying to help you because I love you. You are my brother.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. Let me see when Big Ben's bye week is, because if it's the same as Allen, I can't do that. I'm gonna have to take Stafford instead because Josh Allen has bye week 7. Big Ben has bye week what?
I think his bye week is different. To tell you the truth, I'm almost positive it. Hold on. 7. Hold on. Let me get there. Big Ben.
Nope, 7. It got to be Stafford. You got to send me Stafford then, because Stafford isn't go up. It's right there, dude. You ain't got to click on nothing. 7 is the bye week. You don't even know what you're looking at on your screen, do you? Right there. Hey, you see that 7? Right, go across. Go up. So he has a bye week 11. Oh my God, Jerry. If you slow down, I can show you where you don't have to do all that stuff. Oh my gosh.
Scroll down where?
No, look. Go to Matthew Stafford.
Right.
Go across. You see forecast. Dude, take your cursor. Stop, Jerry. Stop.
Right. What?
You
oh yeah. I see it. I'm sorry. You're right. It's right here. I see
yes,
it. Yes, right.
I'm trying to tell you that way you gotta do all that stuff.
No problem, man. You're right. Okay, you're right.
All right, so send me Stafford instead, and we got a deal because I can't have the same bye week.
Hold on, let me write this down.
I'm about to send it to you now.
All right, people. You heard it here live. We got offered, and this is how we negotiate. This is how things get done or don't get done.
Well, not all the time, but because normally I'm out to make sure Jerry understands that I am the man and he must submit to my needs. But I'm not going to do that today.
See, you don't have to go there.
I'm not going to do that today.
You don't have to go there. Come on, man.
That's why I said I'm not. Do you want to do draft picks as well or no?
Excuse me?
Would you like to do draft picks as well or no? It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
it. God. This guy. People, I got to deal with this guy face to face for 3 days in Vegas. 3 days. Saturday? No. 4 days and 3 nights.
Listen, no, you don't, because I'll be in Vegas while you're still on a plane on Spirit.
No. Let me put it this way. Originally I went with one airline round trip, and then I said, you know what? Let me take a look at another airline and see if I get a cheaper one way. And I got it cheaper one way, which was United Airlines. So I'm coming to Vegas with United, and I'm going to once I leave Vegas, I'm going Spirit.
Which is, hopefully he gets home within the day. According to my wife, Spirit will hold you hostage for like 2 days. They'll take you all. Okay, here's an example. Like Jerry's will be in Vegas. They'll take him to Europe. They'll take him to Korea, and then they'll bring him back to Jersey. So That's what I heard about Spirit, and they're like super not friendly. That's what I heard about Spirit.
You know what? That's not a good trade, man.
What do you mean it's not a good trade? We just agreed on it.
I didn't agree on anything.
We just
I just,
agreed.
I just told you make me an offer.
You just told the people,
I
hey,
said,
we just did it here live.
I
That's what
said
you just told the people.
that's how things get done or not done. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Why are you saying it's not a good trade now?
Uh,
Oh, I hung up on Blog Talk.
did you?
Unfortunately.
Well, hold on. Well,
Let me get back to it.
you should be able to get back in there. With the show still going on, you should be able to get back in there.
Say again?
I said you should be able to get back in there.
I'm trying right now. All right, I'm back in the host queue. I don't know why it hung up.
I have no idea.
All right, there we go.
All right. All right, we're back here. All right. So well, I'll give you my response in less than 10 minutes.
Well, Jerry, we just made an agreement.
No,
Live
no,
on
no,
air.
no, 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 no. I said, give me your offer. That's exactly what I said. Give me your offer.
Okay. That's fine. I will accept what you just said, but I warn you
You
that
warn me.
you are being temperamental and not helpful to the situation.
Yeah, okay. All right, whatever.
So when you do that, that's going to be bad juju. I'm telling you, bad juju. Now, quick question for you.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know if you was watching us on the draft yesterday when I shared my screen. So when I shared my screen, was it the entire screen seen, or was my face still in a little box on the couch?
I couldn't see because it was so small. I couldn't see what you're doing. You're saying I don't want to share it because I don't want people to see who I'm queuing up. I told you right off the bat I couldn't see it because everything was so small.
Well, I mean, but was my face still up in the box?
Yeah, it was to the left of the whatever you shared.
Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought when I share the screen, I share the entire screen, not just my.
No, no,
I didn't think my
no.
photo was there.
So when I share a screen, it's
No, I saw what you did when you shared the screen. That's why I asked the question. That's why.
that's the same exact thing happens. Same
Okay.
exact thing happens.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the thing is this: Mr. FSP, he's always upfront. He always gives Jerry an option. Always, always gives Jerry an option. And Jerry, he wants to not accept my trade. That's what he just told me. I don't understand why he wouldn't accept the trade. We just consummated on air. It's like saying, no, 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 no. And I'm like, Jerry, why would you do that? Why would you treat me like that? That isn't a good deal. You want Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Because just like you,
it looks good. It looks good if Gibson, Jones, and Stafford. I hate giving up Gibson twice.
what?
I hate giving up Gibson twice.
You did not hate giving him up yesterday.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I hate giving up Gibson twice.
Come on now. You don't need, listen, that's a hometown pick for me. That's the only hometown player I'm getting the entire draft. I don't have Terry McLaurin. I don't have Gibson. I don't have anybody from Washington on my team. And I'm kind of sad by that because I believe we're going to have a very good year this year. But I'm so worried about Fitzpatrick being sporadic and causing us a game. Now, what's going to happen is, and I think this is just me, Jerry. I believe Kurt Warner's story is about to happen again. Kurt Warner's story, if people that don't know or can't remember, Kurt Warner was in the AFL with the Iowa Barnstormers and all these other places and all that, was a stock boy at a Heb, and he came on to the Green Bay Packers, got cut by Mooch, went to the Rams, and became a Hall of Famer. Washington has a quarterback already on its roster, Tyler Heineke, who is, and I'm not being racial, he is a white Deshaun Watson. I saw it.
Who?
Tyler Heineke.
Oh, Hanky. Okay.
It's Heineke, not Hanke.
Okay.
Heineke.
Okay, Heineke. Whatever.
The thing is this. The only team to give Tampa Bay trouble in the playoffs last year was who? Washington. And because Tyler Heineke was mobile and he was going downfield and you didn't know what to expect from him, he made that defense look bad. And Washington, if not for one busted coverage, Washington could have won that game. Heineke could be, and this is why Washington's not going after all these quarterbacks and stuff, could be the answer. They signed him to a 3-year deal for like $5 million. Think about that. $5 million for somebody that could be your future over the next 3 years. And he's young. So, if he ever starts, I'm going to grab him. I'm going to grab him because he's a dual threat quarterback on a system that will feature options as long as you make good decisions. That's one thing I don't like about Fitz. He's a very educated man, but he doesn't make the best decisions all the time.
So because he's a gunslinger at times, man. He likes to take chances. Chances. Some of them pay off big time. Some of them don't pay off big time.
Well, that's why we're talking about this trade, because this is a big chance for me, giving up Aaron Rodgers, giving you with already a solid lineup, and now you're going to get a top 2, top 3 quarterback in fantasy. That's why it's a risk for me. But I'm subscribing to the no risk it, no biscuit scenario here.
Okay.
I really
give me now it's I got a half hour before my draft. You'll get a response.
You just told me within the next 10 minutes before the show's over with. So the show's over with in 3 minutes.
Show's over with now because I'm out of here.
So you'll give my answer now? You'll give my answer?
So the clock starts for me now, okay? So let me stop sharing this screen. Bring Mr. FSP back. And I'll say I want to thank you for joining the show. And I appreciate it. Give me your opinion. Give me your analysis and your thoughts on what way you drafted and what you thought about and what your game plan is in going into your draft, into our draft. We have 2 more tomorrow, and I can almost guarantee if your phone is charged up, there's going to be a lot of chatter in the chats.
Well, I'll put it this way, Jerry.
Oh, God.
I draft ahead of you in one of the 2 leagues. You draft ahead of me in one of those leagues.
Okay.
Now that I told you my strategy, and this is what normally happens, you try to counter everything I do.
No, I don't. Yes, I keep telling you. I have a thought, and I could care less who and when you draft them. I'm trying to go after specific people at a specific time. And some of them may be earlier than so-called analysts will pick them because I've always subscribed to this. If you want a guy, go after him. Don't wait. Go after him. Because the fact is, if you wait, you'll get a D like I got yesterday. You'll get a D.
You weren't ready when Pat was taking number 1. You were not
ready. No. I was like, oh my, what? He took him. I tried to stay calm. I said, you got to be kidding me. He took him number one. You know what? I said, I got the third pick. There's no way I'm not getting Pat in this. There's no way I'm not getting Pat.
Well, way. Yes, way.
Well, let me put it this way. I thought this guy said, there's no way these two top guys are going to take Pat. And the first pick was Pat. I'm like, what? Oh, my God. And I had to stay cool and calm, not let my cat out of the bag, so to speak, and go on from there. And then I tried to go after another quarterback. He got picked. I got another quarterback. He got picked. I said, now what the hell do I do now? And I finally settled on, well, let me go with this guy. No risk it, no biscuit. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Well, Guy, you waited to the very end to get your starting quarterback. What do you expect? Especially in a keeper league where most of the other positions are already filled and the only positions that needed to be filled were quarterback. Honestly, there were only two quarterbacks kept.
Well, let me ask you,
Herbert and Baker Mayfield. Everybody else was.
Let me ask you something. Did you expect Pat Mahomes to go first?
No, actually, I expected him to get Derrick Henry because he didn't keep a keeper. He didn't keep a keeper.
Yeah.
You know, he was a brand new team, and he flat out said he didn't want to keep a keeper. And I said, they're your third and fourth round picks. You still get a first and second. And this is before we had the actual randomized draft order.
Right.
So I was like, all right. I expected him to get Derrick Henry, number one.
Yeah.
And then number two, I thought it was going to be Austin Eckler based upon our scoring system. And at number three, I figured he was going to get Nick Chubb. That's what I thought you were going to get from the get-go.
No, I have my running back. I was going to get Pat and then try to get another running back after the fact, and then work them out wide receivers, which were out of abundance. So, but it didn't work out that way. It is what it is. You never know. I've always said you never know because each draft is different, so you never know.
And I'm glad you said that because if you look at the first two rounds from this year, next year is going to be interesting because you can't keep your keepers from this year. And the players picked in the first two rounds, it's like these are normally like second and third round picks. So people have adjusted their drafting strategy so they can keep certain players for next year. And I was like, people are catching on. That's what I want. I want to see the evolution of the draft because we have a lot of fun, leading up to the draft. We have a lot of fun during the draft. And like Brent said, the season changes a little bit, and people stop being, vocal, mainly because it's like they getting their ass kicked.
Yeah, Rick, I may have gotten a D, but Ricky got a C minus, man. Hello, his draft wasn't that much better. So, hello, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Good luck to you.
You too, man. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, just hit accept, and we can consummate this trade, and we'll be able to have the players by the deadline, and we'll be fine. Well,
people, I want to say thank you for joining me, Mr. FSP, on StreamYard. And also on Blog Talk Radio. Tune in Thursday, 8 p.m., the first show. And it's going to be just the night before I go to Vegas. It's going to be the Thursday night edition of the Master Plan.
It's not called Taylor's Place no more?
What?
You're not calling it Taylor's Place anymore?
Thursday night edition. It's going to be the Master Plan on Thursday night.
Okay.
And going to give you a start and a sit on Thursday night. This may be the easiest Thursday night I give you on start and sits, to tell you the truth. It's going to be a hell of a game. You got the Dallas Cowboys versus the world champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, baby. Way to start off the season. You see, bird's eye view on how well the defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go up against the world champs, who didn't lose anybody on either side of the ball, which is unheard of. Unheard of.
Can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I think it's going to be a 20-something to almost 30-something type game.
Okay. Well, hold that thought till Thursday. If you jump on here on Thursday night, I appreciate it. If not, that's okay. I understand. But people, it's been real. Enjoy the rest of your week. I got a draft to go to in 25 minutes, and hopefully it turns out better than the last two I had. Hopefully it turns out better than the last two I had.
I hope next Saturdays turn out better than those two.
We'll see. We'll see. Hey.
Well, I'm helping, so therefore it will be at least half.
Stop. It has nothing to do with that. Stop. Because you ran the show the last time, and what happened? What happened? Hello. Okay?
Listen.
This is going to be it. And I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a joint effort. So if we go down, we both go down. Not
we
just
went down last time.
Well, yeah, so to speak. So to speak, both now. But who was running the show? Who was running the team? Who was running the team? Not me. I got no view of what was going on. All I got was, hey, Vic, how would he do? All I got was, hey, Vic, how do we do? And I got,
no.
Wait a minute.
I was asking you,
hey, Vic, how do we do? And what I get, we didn't. That's what I got. We didn't.
bro. I was
Don't throw me. Don't throw me. Don't throw me.
You to drop AJ Brown.
I never would have told you to drop AJ Brown. As much as I touted AJ Brown, I never would have told you to drop AJ Brown. Are you kidding me?
But you did.
Stop.
I did ask the question.
I would have never asked you to drop AJ Brown.
You know what?
Wait a minute.
I wish you did that on text so I can read it back to you.
As much as I touted AJ Brown before the season and during the season, there's no way I would have told you to drop him.
I'm talking about the year we went. And I had to, because remember you told me to get Kiki Kuti. We got Kiki Kuti, right? And then we had to, something happened. We had to drop a player to pick up a player.
Okay.
And instead of dropping Kiki, you told me to drop AJ. And that's what happened.
Okay. All right. Well whatever. Anyway, I want to thank you for joining us on both platforms, on StreamYard and also on Block Talk Radio. And people, I got 20 minutes before my draft start, and I'm the commissioner, and I don't want to be late. I'll see you Thursday night, 8 p.m. on the Master Plan Thursday night edition. Take care, be safe, and we are out of here. See ya.
Thanks for all that info for my 5 o'clock draft.